Hi, my name's Karen Oram, and this is my story of hope. In 2011, it became necessary for me to seek treatment for a chronic illness. So my husband and I prayed over this to see if the treatment was really what I should do, and we really felt that God was leading me to seek out the treatment. The illness was becoming worse and it was getting to be a real challenge. And so I started the treatment, which in itself can be challenging with a lot of side effects. And I had to continue to work 50 and 60 hours a week. And so it was a difficult time for us. Through the process, I wound up very ill and in the hospital, and I had pneumonia in all 5 lung lobes. So we were pretty worried about that, and I was scared when that happened. And so I was praying or talking to God, and I told him, I said, I'm afraid. I'm not supposed to be afraid, but I'm afraid. I'm feeling hopeless and I'm feeling lost and I'm very afraid. He just sent this nurse to me, and this nurse comes in to do this procedure with me and says to me, before I do this procedure, I like to pray for my patients. Pray for my patients. Can you believe that? A nurse. And so that was like God just tapping me on the shoulder and saying, you know, Karen, I am here. I am in charge, and I am going to take care of you. And from then on, I remembered the verse that you have the peace that surpasses all understanding, and I truly did. I had such comfort about it. So things got better. I had to decide if I was going to continue the treatment or not. And so my husband and I and our friend Betty Gladstone, who attends here, were praying over this to determine if I should continue. And Tom felt like he was led, my husband was led to receive a message from God that I had been healed and that I need not continue the treatment, that it was done. And so we were standing in this faith and we were believing that. And I would like to tell you that that's where the story ends, but my last test came back and the disease had returned. But I can tell you now, I have the peace that surpasses all understanding, and I am not afraid. I know that I'm healed. There's no doubt in my mind because God has told me that. And so we've been coming to Church of the Harvest on a regular basis, and Pastor David started his series of messages on healing, and so I went forward for prayer here recently, and he confirmed for me that God has healed me and I am healed. I don't need to listen or believe what the tests say. I'm healed. And so I'm just standing in that hope and just so excited and thrilled to be able to say to you that God does heal. He is here for us. And if you are in your place of hopelessness, I want you to know that we have a God who cares about every one of us, no matter where we are or what we're doing. And He's with you, and He's giving you hope, and He's giving you a plan. Because as in Jeremiah 29:11, it says, I have a plan for you, a plan to prosper you and not harm you, a plan to give you hope and a future. And I know that we have a future.
Have done